can call me Mystic Mike because I predict these things.
Kyoji Horiguchi makes his UFC return against Tagir Ulanbekov this Saturday at UFC Fight Night Qatar. And Kyoji Horiguchi used to fight in the UFC, challenged Demetrius Johnson back in the day for the belt, lost by armbar with 1 second left to go in that 5-round fight. Absolutely crazy. Went to Ryzen, went to Bellator, had a lot of really good performances, really good wins, riding a 6-fight unbeaten streak, no contest in one of those. And I think he's the best Japanese MMA fighter of all time. I think he's the Japanese GOAT. Tons of experience, 35 years old, so not really out of his prime. 34-5 record. Going to be a little smaller in this one. Not about little. He's going to be probably much smaller than Tagir Ulanbekov in terms of a frame. Going to be 5'5", with a 65-inch reach to Tagir Ulanbekov's 5'7", 70-inch reach. So Tagir's going to have a 5-inch reach advantage, but I think Kyoji Horiguchi's, he's more compact, he's more solid. I would give him the pure strength advantage in this one. Lost to Patchy Mix back in the day in Bellator. Not a great look considering how Patchy Mix has looked since he joined the UFC. Before that was knocked out by Sergio Pettis in a fight that he was winning pretty handily. Knocked out Kaya Sakura before that, but then was knocked out by Kaya Sakura before that one. So he got it back, but he still was knocked out by Kaya Sakura in the first round, which, Kaya Sakura hasn't looked good in the UFC. There's a lot of hype on him coming in, but, you stay on the feet with Kaya Sakura and can't get him to the ground, you're prone to get knocked out if you're not careful. So no real shame in that, but Patchy Mix look, 3 years ago, I guess, against Patchy Mix, he did look good at that time, but it's just like how that win or that loss hasn't really aged well, and it really makes me concerned for Kyoji Horiguchi going into this one, because I am going to go with him, but I don't like seeing a Patchy Mix on his record in the last 3 years. But I think the Horiguchi's I think he's the best fighter that Tagir has faced. But he's on an 11-month layoff. He was supposed to fight Tagir. I don't remember when it was, but Tagir went and fought Azat Maxim on short notice. He was supposed to take on Horiguchi, so going to be almost a year before he gets back in there. I'm just not the most impressed with Tagir's wins, in all honesty. He's fought some decent competition, but no huge wins, in my opinion. Arguably lost to Bruno Silva, had a split decision with Alan Nascimento, loses to Tim Elliott, beats Nate Maness, beat him pretty quickly, chokes out Cody Durden, who, is 1-4 since that fight, been KO'd twice, been submitted, lost a decision to Joshua Mann where he just got absolutely beat up, beat Clayton Carpenter in kind of a boring fight, and then barely beat Azat Maxim in, again, kind of a boring fight where I think that it, could have been a split decision, in my opinion. So he struggled with holding down these smaller guys in the past, and in the grappling department in general across all of his fights. He wasn't able to get any takedowns on Azat Maxim, and Azat Maxim got 3 on him. He's kind of a guy who just wants to kind of grind in the clinch at times, hold on if he can't get takedowns, controls on the ground well, but he can be boring there as well, and he can be taken down. 62% takedown defense. Azat got him down 3 times. Clayton Carpenter got him down twice. Tim Elliott 2 times. Bruno Silva got him down 4 times. So I like Horiguchi's takedown game. His double leg entries, his trips from the clinch. He's active off his back, does a good job hunting submissions, scrambling up to his feet, or just getting on top. Has good takedown defense. He's a jiu-jitsu black belt as well. Has 5 submission wins, I think it is. And I don't think Tagir has a lot of success in fights when he isn't getting takedowns. Not the best striker in the world. Fights well behind his jab. Has a reach advantage usually at 70 inches. But not the most powerful guy. He has 1 knockdown in the UFC. It was against Cody Durden. It was kind of a no-look right hand as Cody Durden was coming in. And Horiguchi, he's got really fast hands. Comes from like a Japanese karate background. That wide stance, in and out blitzing type of style. Really good movement. Turning side kicks. Great high kicks. He has really good calf kicks as well. We saw that in the Sergio Pettis fight. He was kind of taking him off of his feet at times. And I think that those calf kicks will be big in this one because Tagir, he has been susceptible to leg kicks in the past. Tagir has thin legs. He was getting him beat up in the past by Bruno Silva, by Clayton Carpenter. And Horiguchi has 10 KOs in his career. So he can put guys out on the feet, can get guys out of there on the ground as well. And Horiguchi, I think he's just got a massive experience advantage. Twice as many fights as Tagir Ulanbekov, only 1 year older. Has almost as many finishes as Tagir Ulanbekov has fights. He's got 15 finishes. Tagir has 19 total fights. He's fought really good guys. Kaya Sakura twice, Sergio Pettis twice, Demetrius Johnson, Ian McCall. He beat Benel Kopp a few years ago. Been a pro for 15 years now, since he was 20 years old. So I think that Horiguchi's going to be the stronger guy. I think he's going to have more KO power. He'll be at a height and reach disadvantage, but we've seen smaller opponents have a lot of success against Tagir. The Bruno Silva fight, Tim Elliott beat him. Arguably, Bruno Silva beat him. And I think he'll be able to sprawl and brawl a little bit better than Tagir. You know, not allow him to just smush him on the canvas or, you know, push him up against the cage. I like Horiguchi in this one. Again, these guys coming into the UFC from the outside organizations with a lot of hype. The Patchy Mixes, the Kai Asakuras, Aaron Pico, Harry Hardwick, Jordan Vucinic, who I think recently got cut from the UFC. So not a good track history of these guys coming in from these other organizations, guys that had really good records outside of the UFC, a lot of success, come in and don't look the best. But I expect Kyoji Horiguchi to have a good showing of himself and just be a little bit better than Tagir everywhere. And I think he gets this one done by decision. Thanks.